afternoon. Great to be here. I just made it from Midtown just in time. So it's wonderful to be here with my distinguished Toastmasters guests. Today I'm speaking from the Advanced Communicator Manual, The Entertaining Speaker. This is speech number 5, Speaking After Dinner. And I'm going to talk about a topic called the power and miracle of forgiveness. First, I'm going to start with an illustration. Jeff, I'm really sorry. You hurt me, and I'm really, I've been resenting you, not sleeping at night. It's affecting me. Please forgive me for hurting you. Wow, that made me feel better. Because forgiveness is not so much about what the other person, when you ask for forgiveness, but what it does for you. Because you see, when we don't forgive, we're in the prison of unforgiveness. And I don't want to be there. What exactly is forgiveness? It's to grant pardon to, it's to cease to feel resentment against somebody, it's to forgive your enemies. How many people can attest it's so difficult to do that, to forgive people who have hurt you? Through the course of time, whether it be family, friends, whether it be people that you know for a long time, that all of a sudden they rub you the wrong way, and you have a falling out, and there's resentment, and you don't want to forgive them. You see, we need to do that. We need to forgive, because when we forgive, we heal ourselves. Forgiveness is a powerful remedy for many things. Unforgiveness, when we keep unforgiveness, it breeds depression, it breeds anger, and how many know the results of unforgiveness bring pain to families? When we think about the tragedies that have taken place in the last year in this country, when we think about the Newtown massacre, we think about that man who killed those children and killed those teachers. There must have been a lot of anger and unforgiveness that was involved there. So it's so important for us to get help. It's so important for us to go to therapy, to go to a psychiatrist, or talk to people before you let this unforgiveness become acts that are destructive. And in the case of what happened, I talked about Newtown, the tragedy of children and teachers getting killed. And unfortunately, the cycle keeps repeating and repeating over and over again. We look at the wars that are in this world. Why? Because countries can't forgive one another. Whether it be treaties, whether they once were friends, but they're not friends anymore. So now they're enemies. Our country, our world is in need of forgiveness of each other. It's the healing balm. It cleanses the soul. You know, I've learned forgiveness is an act of caring for myself. When you're hurt by someone, it can take an almost superhuman effort to forgive another person, but it changes your life. It makes you a better person. If I don't dwell on the past event, that helps me out. Forgiveness is not forgetting. Remember that. The woman who's been abused by her husband and beaten up, she doesn't have to forget the pain that he caused her. She can forgive him, but the only way a person can move on is when they forgive themselves and forgive others. Many people are in prison today because of the ability not to forgive themselves. And this is what breeds so much pain in this world. Research studies how that unforgiveness brings heart problems, it brings afflictions in the body, and it brings so much pain each day. Lack of sleep, insomnia, because our ability not to forgive someone. You know that there is actually something called forgiveness therapy, and it's a research study that forgiveness therapy has helped stem the tide of depression and even suicide. It's so important for you to understand that you each day have to make a decision. If someone hurts you, to forgive someone. It will definitely change you. I have some illustrations, some sayings that I like to show you. Unforgiveness is choosing to stay trapped in a cell of bitterness, serving time for someone else's crime. Forgiving people who have hurt you is your gift to them. Forgetting people who have hurt you is your gift to you. You know what I say? Choose love and not hate. When you choose to forgive those who have hurt you, you take away their power. But you know something? There was an illustration of people who have forgiven one another. There was a woman named Corrie ten Boom. She was a concentration camp survivor. And every day she would see the people getting killed in the gas chambers. Well, one day she was in a church service and someone came up to her and asked for her forgiveness. It was a prison guard from the same concentration camp. And all the anger came up. But you know something? Something put her love in her heart for this person, and she forgave him. It took a lot of power to do that. It takes a lot of power to forgive. When we forgive others, we're cleansing ourselves. I would say to you that this world, what this world needs now, is a baptism of love and forgiveness. We can change the world through forgiveness. We could change our families. We could change ourselves. And you know something? When you look at Jesus, that he forgave those that were tormenting him when he was on the cross. He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And he still endured the pain and suffering, and he died, but he still said forgave them. So it's important. My own father-in-law, he told me about, he had resentment towards somebody that was really making him very angry. But one night he had a dream, and he saw his soul as black as coal. And he said, God, take that away from me. The next morning he went to that person, he asked for forgiveness. That person didn't say a thing to him. But you know something? His conscience was cleansed. See, we can make a difference each day by choosing to forgive our enemies, those who have hurt us. It's an act of the will. Let me say, this is my last point, is I want to be set free. I want to show me how to love the unlovable and forgive others. Thank you. Thank you.
Tremendously powerful speech. Thank you. We will give now 1 minute for our judges to tally their votes.
Contest chair, was that our last speaker for this contest?
Yes. Yes, that is the last speaker.